Welcome to Order 42. I am Rob, and we have got a couple of great guys that I met on the Game Chasers movie. To my left, screen left, we've got Rich, also known as Chief, who played a very pivotal character in the movie. Just a great guy. He's a collector. He collects video games and toys and all kinds of stuff, and he's just overall just an amazing guy. So Chief, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Thank you so much, Rob. How's it going, my friend? It's about time you had me on.
Well,
Jesus. It's like you gotta be the king of England to get on this show or something.
Oh no, it's not that. It is not that at all, man. It's not that at all. It's just
it took almost a year though. Jeez,
well,
I'm keeping track.
Well, it's good to have you on finally.
Thank you.
And
Better
also,
late than never, right?
Oh heck yeah. And also
right?
we've got Eric, 8-Bit Eric, who's, you guys know him. He's been on this show a couple of times. He's a wrestler, he's a YouTuber, he's a streamer, and like I said, both of these guys are now actors,
Legit, we are. Where's the life?
But yeah, how have you guys been doing in the I mean Eric, we've talked about some of the your pandemic activities, but Chief, how have you been holding up?
Man, I'm telling you, business has been good. As a lot of you may or may not know, I own my own business, and I've just been busy, brother. Nonstop every day. I work 7 days a week, every day of the year. Like, I don't quit. Even when I was making the movie, I was working. You know what I mean? Like, I took like almost 3 weeks off, and I was still working. It was still work. It wasn't vacation. Like, as you know, those 12-hour days were killer. They were killer, but they were fun. But there was still work. So I never stopped. Like, I just keep going, brother.
It's awesome.
Well, even fun fact. I'm not sure if Rob knows that one weekend that we had, the only weekend that we had off, you went back home to go.
The same day we got off to work. I worked that whole weekend, and then I didn't even stop.
He went back home to go work.
Right back. Yeah, to work straight through the weekend, and then come back and then work the 2 straight weeks on the movie, bro. It was rough, man.
Wow.
It was rough, and I don't live by Jay. I live like maybe like 4.5 hours away. So it's like a drive 4.5 hours there, and then a 4.5 hours back the next day.
Yeah.
It was it was a rough time, man. It was a rough time, for sure.
And Jim just subscribed for 2 months.
It. Yeah, like who would not want to be in a movie with their friends, bro? That's like I could do that sacrifice,
Heck yeah. That was an amazing. Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of questions that I have. Pretty much for everybody who did it, kind of their view on what happened and how they saw it. So yeah, man, I've got a lot of those. But real quick, I want to say thank you to this guy called BB Yoshi 147 who followed a few days ago. So thanks, Yoshi, for the follow. And
Yoshi,
heck yeah. And then
Yoshi, what's up, buddy?
And then Yoshi, Jim just subscribed for 2 months. So thank you for the sub.
Hey, Jim's awesome, bro. I love, man. He's so cool, and his donk is awesome as well.
Right? Yeah, dude.
Remember his donk?
Yeah, we talked about that on here.
That was awesome.
So real quick, I want to ask, where did you get this belt fan that I keep seeing everywhere? Do you know what I'm talking about, Chief?
Belt fan?
Yeah, your fan that under your shirt.
Oh yeah. Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
You want to know what's? Hey, you want to know what's funny, bro? I'm not even kidding you. I swear to God, Facebook is listening to our conversations, brother.
They do.
Because I was talking to my brother. We were doing our work. We work together every day. And I'm always hot. I'm like, man, Mike, my brother's name is Mike. I go, dude, man, I wish I had something that can cool me off. Like, I want something to like fan me. And no sooner did I said that, like a day later, a Facebook sponsored ad comes up with the same with this what I was talking about. It was a little fan you clip on your belt, and it just blows cold air up your shirt, and it keeps you semi cool. There's 3 stages. There's fast. There's a slow, medium, and fast. I keep it on fast, which I have it hooked up to an external battery, because that fast runs that fan out of juice really quick. So I have to keep it on a lot. So I always keep it juiced.
He's got a backpack on. It's like
yeah, like it's like I'm gonna start carrying a proton pack size battery to keep it on. But my next mission is to get like 3 more, so I can put 3 on each side, because I'm trying to do a lift off. I want to stay cool the whole time, bro. But one is okay, but I think I need a couple more to actually be like AC temperature type of deal. But then,
Right.
okay, so I ordered that and I took a risk. I did. I was like, you know what? For $20, if I lose $20, what's the worst that can happen? Me lose $20, or I can get this really cool device that will keep me cool. Either one will work for me. I don't really care. But I was surprised when it showed up with the Chinese letters on there. I'm like, dang, this actually made it through. So, oh my God, I'm glad I got it. And no sooner did I say that, I remember I was having a conversation with my friend Will about, oh man, I wish I could find a store in Austin where I can buy my Scully caps, which these are the type of hats that I wear. And then Will's like, oh, I don't know. My best friend Will, he's like, oh, I don't know a store like that. No sooner did I say that, all these sponsored ad for Scally caps. This is not a paid sponsorship, but these guys, they're on my Instagram. They just flooded. And I'm like, well, ooh, those look like the kind I like. So I ordered from them. I'm like, holy cow, this is nuts. They listen to you.
It's creepy.
They're listening, bro.
See, dude,
it's
I'm
crazy,
paranoid.
bro.
I turn off every time I get a new phone. The first thing I do is I turn off location services, and then I think Apple has a thing for ads now inside of the settings. I've turned that off, and then on TikTok I turned off the ad thing.
Oh my
Instagram,
God,
I turn
bro.
off ads and locations.
I am a firm believer that they are listening, brother.
Yeah, but that's why you turn it off. That's why you turn off all that stuff.
Whew.
They do.
But
listen.
you know what? So far, it's worked out for me, because my life has been a little bit better because they did listen to me, and I like to feel special because someone's listening to me.
I mean, Siri's listening no matter what, which is creepy.
That's true.
Right.
No, and like when you say something, when you're talking to a friend, all of a sudden Google will turn on and say, "Did you mean this?" I'm like, no, like it's always listening to our conversations, man. It's scary.
I don't like any of that stuff. I have a lot of my stuff only use location when using, because I'm like,
Enough of this government conspiracy stuff. Back to the movie.
It is real.
We lost track there.
No, but that's
bit. But
I
you
thought
asked
it was funny.
about the fan,
right, because I kept seeing it, and I'm like, and then
I thought it was not to interrupt, but the photo I saw when you showed it, I thought it was one of those big ass ones that you use to dry carpet, because it looked like
damn.
No, like the way you had it zoomed in, and I thought you were being funny, and you attached one of those big ass ones to your shirt, like underneath your shirt.
Oh no,
I was like,
I was taking the picture and I was like this, bro. Like, look at my, and then and then that's how it came out, because it came in and zoomed in. I had to crop out my belly, if you noticed.
Yeah, I thought you were being funny, and you took like one of those big carpet ones and put it underneath your shirt. And then I was like, dang it. I was like, dang it, Chief, you're either hot or you're cold. There's no medium.
I just know that there was when all the mass stuff started happening.
Listen, man,
Chief's turning into a robot right now.
Rob was just turning into a robot.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Well, I guess it was only what you heard. It must have been your connection, because then you started talking and you sounded like a robot. But hey,
okay.
It should be okay now. Well, let's just keep our fingers crossed. But no, it was when the masks things really started to pick up, and everybody was talking about, oh, I need to buy a mask, I need to get masked, and all this stuff. Yeah. I said something about, you know what they should do is do some Star Wars masks where it's like Boba Fett or whatever. And what do you know? I got an ad in Facebook for a Boba Fett mask. I swear to you.
I'm telling you, bro.
That stuff happens all the time.
Bro, it's scary sometimes, man. For real. Like, they know.
All right,
you know what? If you buy it, if you actually go through with it and buy it, then it works.
Right.
Let's test it. I'm hankering for some Chinese food.
No one's gonna bring you Chinese food, bro.
Hold on. I want to see some advertisements. I want to see some advertisements for some Chinese buffets and Chinese restaurants. And
you just have to ask me, bro. I know where all of those are.
No, but I want to see if when I pull this up later, if I get all these advertisements for Chinese restaurants.
It'll probably happen.
All the Chinese buffets on the northwest side, bro. They're good, but no one's gonna be Chinese food, Eric.
Dude, the Panda Express down the street for me, the line is always to the street.
Yeah, a drive-through. It's insane. Hey, are you the type to ask for samples?
No, I know you are.
Oh, bro, I'll fill up on samples. I need to try every.
Where the hell were we? Where the hell were we that you were like getting samples?
I don't like that. Let me try that one. Oh, at the food court.
Yeah.
Read that in Dallas. Yeah, I took that whole lady's snack bar. Man, I took the food. But nobody was grabbing. It was just me and Eric. So I just figured we could be welcome to it.
Yeah, I think it was a Panda Express inside the mall, the Parks Mall. She was like, may I try a sample of this? May I try a sample of that? May I try this? And then he ordered his food.
I'm telling you, I'll fill up.
By the way,
my best friend.
By the way, Jim said that he's trying to get rid of his donk. He said, I mean, he's been working hard. I'm pretty proud of him.
It's a lovely donk, though.
Well, I want to ask. Go ahead.
How jealous most of us are not to have a donk like that. Are you kidding me? It's a showstopper.
Now, I wanted to ask because, maybe not everybody knows, but like, when did you first meet like Billy and Jay and maybe even Eric? I mean, I'm guessing it was at a convention, right?
All in the same night. All three in the same night. I think I had messaged Eric first about because I was watching an episode and they were talking about coming to Austin. And I had messaged Eric first about telling Billy that, hey, if they needed a place to stay, they're more than welcome to stay with me. And then I think like a week had passed and I didn't hear back from Eric, so I just messaged Billy directly. And then I told him, hey, if you said you were going to be in Austin, I live like maybe 40 minutes west of Austin. And so I told him, I'm right by here. I own a lodging facility. If you ever need a place to stay, you're more than welcome to. Because they did that shit on the show all the time, bro. Where they would go to like Pennsylvania and they would stay at somebody's like living room floor, So I knew that if they needed a place to stay, that from here around here, because they're always traveling, that they're more than welcome. And Billy took me up on that. He actually messaged me back and goes, "Hell yeah, bro, we're gonna be in Austin." I go, "Me and Jay are gonna be there." And I think Billy might have messaged Eric and told him that we were going to be coming down. So he came up from San Antonio, and everybody came in I think like maybe 30 minutes after each other. And I set him up in one of my rooms. And if you remember, Eric, I set up like a video game buffet for you guys.
Yeah.
Like I set up a table with like, oh my God, dude, with every system all my extra systems that I had with extra games, and yeah, they played like the whole night pretty much. We even did a thing where we all took off our shirts for some reason.
Yeah, we did.
They were drunk as hell, man. It was funny. But and I remember for the first time seeing Jay, I was like, "Damn, you're short, bro. Like you don't look nothing like you do on like on the YouTube videos." I thought he was taller, and then when he got out the car, I'm looking down at him. I'm like, "Damn, you're short, bro." Like and at that time he had a crew cut.
Yeah.
He cut his hair, and I never seen Jay with a crew cut before, man. It was the weirdest thing ever, bro. Because if you know Jay, he's only like that mullet thing that he got going on all the time, man. That's the only way I can picture Jay. So when he showed up to my house with like an army cut, I'm like, who the hell is this? This little guy.
He had short hair.
Short hair.
How long ago was that?
That was the only ever time I saw him with short hair.
I think this was like 5-6 years ago.
This was in 2013 or maybe 12, because we went to SGC in 2013. We shared a room. So it was over 7 years ago. It might have been 8 years ago that this happened. So and Billy was so skinny, and he used to wear these like circle glasses, and he had his pushback hair like a used car salesman. Like, oh my God, bro, he looks so different from when I first met him. Sweet Jesus, talk about a 180, bro.
Yeah, he definitely used to look nerdy as hell back then.
Oh yeah, bro. But not no more. Not no more.
Yeah, that dude is. Yeah, he's pretty jacked. Yeah.
Yeah, he is hardcore, bro. And with all the injuries that he has, bro, Jesus Christ, man. I know. That guy goes on and on, bro. It's unreal.
It's like his back. It's like, I don't know how do you do all this stuff?
Everything hurts him. Dude, his ankle. Dude, he had surgery on his ankle, and he fucking still at it, bro. I'm like, wow, this guy is unbelievable, man. For real. It's all about wanting it, man, for sure.
By the way, there's apparently there's just a whole nother conversation going on in chat about David and his YouTube exploits. David Rivas. But anyway, I wanted to ask, because like from your point of view, because we've kind of heard, like we've heard Eric's point of view on this, we've heard, Billy's point of view on this. The part that you played in the movie, it changed a little bit. Well, I shouldn't say that. We'll get to that. But like, it was sort of hard to cast. It went through a couple of different people. So like, can you explain how you got the part?
Oh, that was easy. I got caught at the very end of Retropalooza. What was that Retropalooza? The last one that we had?
It was like in October. Yeah, in October,
yeah,
right?
The one in October, like in 2019. I don't remember if that's number 7 or number 8 or something. And I was all set to leave. I was out the door, and I thought I said my goodbyes to everybody. But my friend Damien goes, "Hey, bro, Rich, hold on, wait up. You didn't say goodbye to Billy." I'm like, "Oh, that's right." So I walked over to Billy and I said, "Hey, take it easy. It was good seeing you again." And as I was turning my back, he goes, "Whoa, Rich, hold on." He goes, "Can you do something for me?" I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "Can you say this line?" And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, what's he thinking? Is he thinking he's gonna like get me to do this movie? Because I'm not an actor. I'm your friend. That's all I am. I'm just rich. That's it, But then I remembered that Eric was in it, and I'm like, he's not an actor. So if Eric can do it, then I can do it. If it's just reciting some lines, then that's pretty much, that's no big deal, right? So then he told me these lines, and I had to remember some lines in like a couple of seconds. But it helped having Eric there, because he was part of the scene that he was telling me about. And I don't remember what scene he told me to do, but we played it out, and I played it out as if I was just talking. It was just me and Eric, like we were just playing along, you know. And then before you know it, Billy's like, "Hey, if you want, you know, if you want, like, I can send you the script, and you can tell me whether or not you want to be in this." So he sent me the script, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the script. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I read the script." And he was like, you know, it was one of those things where he was like telling me like about parts of the movie. I'm like, yeah, I remember that part, but I was just kind of faking it all. I was like, because it was a long script, and I still had to work. But and it was true, because every time we would practice, every time I had a scene with somebody, I didn't know what the hell was going on. So 9 times out of 10, when I got my script from Christina that morning, that's when I first read my script, bro. Like, pretty much. And then I nailed it, everyone. I remembered all my lines. I wasn't too bad, I don't think.
No,
yeah, we remember, and there was a lot of improvisation. That was encouraged a lot too. Towards the end, you know, when we got comfortable, it was encouraged to kind of improvise, and we improvised a lot towards the end, bro.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was gonna say, Eric, did you have any kind of talk on that? I mean, it's like to me, that second day, you know, the garage is where.
Oh, right, the garage.
Because you guys worked on it the night before, and then it just became, you know, Jay would just.
There was something else.
Chief it up.
Yeah, because if you remember that day, Billy and Jay's scenes lasted almost
forever.
8 hours, bro. And then they gave me and Eric like, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Including setup, including light setup and all that shit. 40 minutes they gave us, bro.
Yeah, they were hurrying our part when we were shooting that garage scene.
I just know that it's like, oh.
Trying to get us to go and do it, and I say that again.
No, sorry. I think you were we were both trying to talk at the same time, and then the internet hiccup. So what were you saying?
I see. No, I was waiting on you to say something. I was hearing you, and then you blocked out.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know what I was saying. Other than
the garage scene.
Well, right, but I think the thing about, because everybody, at least from my eyes, right? Everybody had their own personality. Everybody, whatever. You, to me, were like the most positive guy on set.
Oh yeah, man. I needed to be, bro, because most days I was tired as hell. Man, I remember she brought us for breakfast one time, like wheat bagels or wheat McMuffins or something. And I'm like, what is this? Like, come on. Like, I had to stay positive, bro. I had to, man. But thank God for Jay going and getting us some real McDonald's. No, one time they did bring us McDonald's, and they just brought biscuits for the vegans. And we're like, where's all the meat ones, man? So
I just thought it was funny that one day when they brought like all McDonald's, we were all happy. And and then a lot of the crew was like, "This is trash. What is this?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
we were
I didn't mind when they made that one thing that's like the breakfast pie. Like I ate I ate everything. Every
was delicious.
Yes. Every morning I ate, no matter what it was, even if it was.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, that you can go a long time, and all you have to in between those foods were snacks. Like little snacks here and there. And you never knew what lunch was going to be. Lunch could have been something you absolutely hated. I remember wanting the lunch from the extras.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want that Subway sandwich. Remember?
For the most part, I enjoyed the food.
No, it was good. No, some of the days. I can't say all of them were great. And neither can Jay. Because 9 times out of 10, Jay went and took off and got something else.
I just remember it's one of my favorite things from the movie is that like he'd be standing right next to me or whatever, and we'd be looking as they kind of unveil it, and he would kind of lean over and go, "Oh, that looks good," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's not bad," and then I turn around and he was gone. He was gone.
Completely
gone. Like every day.
Yeah, I know. And he wouldn't tell nobody. He would just go on the sneak and shit and go get his own food. I'm like, man, you could tell us.
Yeah.
Like, there's other fat people in the crew too, man. Like, I'm not gonna get full on some fruit cups. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, the food. The food was one. Well, and Leon said that chili we had on one of those last days was awesome.
Yeah,
right.
I like the food for the most part. I'd probably say 8 out of 10 times.
I want to say maybe for me 4 out of 10. There wasn't that many. There was some good ones. I'm not gonna lie. There were some good ones, but for the most part, I would have rather gone with Jay.
Well, I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, there were definitely days where I would have said that, but for the most part, I was pretty happy. I was like, dude, that wasn't that bad. Like I remember the. Oh, go ahead. What?
The time when we were at the attic in the antique store and we were eating outside in that cold, and she gave us I think she gave us like some kind of stew or some kind of goulash or something. I'm like, what is this? I was like, and it was so
for me, man,
cold.
I was just more worried of if I left to go get food, that'd be the day where I'd make everything late. So
right.
I didn't want to be.
You did not want. Everything was on a timer.
Yeah.
Like everybody, it was on time. It was all about time. There were emphasis on time.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to be that one to keep up. Like remember when Jay took off and no one could find him and call him. And he was making everybody late, and that's what we were scared of doing. So we never left.
I was like, nah, I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be, and I'm gonna eat what's given to me because it's paid for.
Yeah, no, it was paid for.
And I'm here to work.
Yeah, I remember I went with him one time, and I was
Taco Bell.
So scared. Oh yeah, that's right. You did go. Yeah,
man.
That was one of the days you went.
I was so happy, bro. Taco Bell is my jam, bro. You gotta understand, I love Taco Bell. So when he said, let's go to Taco Bell, I didn't care if I had to ride on the roof, man. I was going.
I was so scared, though. I thought we were going to be late, and like you said, I hate being the guy that everybody's waiting on.
But Jay didn't give a shit.
Oh, no.
He did not care. He was like, if we're late, we're late.
I mean, he did, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, think about it. What usually happens is that you said, okay, now we're moving on to this scene, but then it takes Peter time to set up, it takes Chris time to set up. That's what he was betting on.
Yes, that little time in between the setups, because he knew once you set up a different scene, it's a whole different ball game. You can't keep it the same. And he was counting a lot of that time, that little buffer time in between takes. You're right.
Yeah.
I never noticed that, but you're right. He did.
And by the way, like I said, we've got Leon in here, Mayoral Digital is in here, Jim's in here, of course, David, of course. But man, he said shepherd's pie. See, you guys.
That's Leon.
Yeah,
shepherd's
I
pie
loved
was
it.
the night of the basement scene.
Yeah, and I loved it. I loved it.
I had 3 plates of it.
Did you really, you fat ass?
Yeah, I was like, hey, because they're like, oh, everybody make sure you eat. Everybody serves 1 plate before you can come. And I'm like, well, I can tell you 4 motherfuckers that aren't going to eat this, so I'm going to eat fucking 2 of them.
I was so cold. My butt was so cold on that chair, man.
I went back inside into the attic and ate up there.
Oh, that's right. But it was too dusty up there, man. It was bad up there.
I was fine. I was like, I'm going to go back upstairs and eat up here.
That one, let me tell you, that day was really rough because everything, I can tell you too, Leon was pissed. Because he was part of that whole, like, he took him so long to do those special torch the day before, setting up those torch, and they told him, no, we're not going to use them because that one, I can't remember her name, the redheaded lady.
Larissa. Or Larissa.
Larissa, there you go. She shut down all kinds of fun for us. Like she was the shutdown fun police.
Yeah, I mean, that one, remember, it's because they put up smoke alarms.
Oh, right. That's right.
And
but she also took away our football.
It's funny. We talked about that on a couple of shows ago.
She was the no fun police.
All I know is there was a lot of days where Chief was like, "Fuck this, never again. It's too cold. I ain't doing this shit. 12-hour days. This ain't for me, bro." And then now Chief's like, "Man, I want to do it again."
Well, we were all like that.
Yeah,
seriously,
we were miserable, bro.
Chief, I've said this a couple of times on this show. Was that night, right? We wrapped. Everybody's going home. Everybody's like hugging and everything. I was in my car and pretty much ready to go really quick because I was having a pretty rough day of it, right?
I'm in like 4 or 5 in the morning, and it was like -0 degrees.
It was pretty cold.
Oh man!
But I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home, and I'm thinking, there's no way I'm doing this again ever. I'm never doing it again.
Right.
And it took 4 days, like 4 or 5 days, and I started going, kind of want to do that again.
Eric throughout the whole thing was like, I'm gonna sign up for auditions. I'm gonna go audition. Yeah. I'm gonna be on 20 different series on Netflix. I'm just like, Jesus.
I remember that one night, me and you though. We had one night where me and you were ready to fucking go home.
We were ready. We were ready to leave Jay a note on his kitchen table. Well, if you can find the kitchen table and leave it where a kitchen table would.
No. Well, that was one of the days. No, I'm talking about where we were in the car.
And they're like, "Fuck you, we're out, bitch."
No. I'm talking about the day when we were in the car, and Jay was taking.
Yeah, that day. Oh, because he was drunk as shit, bro.
And we're like, dude, we just want to go. We just want to go and fucking sleep, man. And he's taking forever and fucking hugging everybody.
It was like 4 in the morning, and he's like being buddy, drunk with everybody. Yeah, I remember that day.
Was that at the skating rink?
Chief was yelling out of the window. Chief was opening the window, going, "Let's fucking go! Come on!"
I was whistling like, and I was just as loud as I could, like, "Get your!" And he was over there just being all sloppy, drunk and stuff. And I'm just like, "Come on, man!" Thank God for Allie being there because she drove us home.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I'm just thinking about
because it was like 4 in the morning, bro. It was cold. We just
you're gonna see all those motherfuckers 12 tomorrow.
hours.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like we're gonna. That was the day we got the Game Chasers hats.
Yeah.
The Scullies, remember where it said Game Chasers on there? That was where we were at the campgrounds at the church or something.
Yeah.
Was that it? Was it was it Dave's last night?
I think that's why Jay was taking forever to say bye, because it was Dave's last night.
That's what it was. It was Dave's last night. So I can kind of forgive him now because I know why he was being all late about it. But man, when you're in the moment, I was ready, man. We were both ready. Like, let's get out. I was ready to take the car and go home. I was like, gonna Uber him.
I just remember it was I think it was the end of the first week. Wait, I can't remember. Was it? I think it was. It was at the grandfather's house. Chief, you weren't there, but Eric was there. Eric had ridden along with Jay, and I asked Jay, "Hey, can you drop me by my in-laws' house because that's where my wife is?" He's like, "Sure." And I remember, Eric, you were in the back seat just going, "What the hell is taking so long?"
Go fucking days.
That sounds like Eric. He just wants to get back home and just sleep.
Go to sleep.
And you know what's funny?
The best feeling in the world, not to interrupt real quick, but the best feeling in the world, Chief, right, was getting done, getting the food, getting the bottle of water, getting showered or whatever, and then laying on that couch and then just fucking relaxing.
And then you'd want to stay up for like an extra hour or two, but because Jay wanted to watch Walking Dead every night. Practically.
Yeah, Jay, and we'd be like, "Jay, I want to go to fucking bed.
Let's go." And then he would get a beer, and then he would put there's this little chair that he uses, and one night Eric tried to hide it, but he didn't hide it very good. Because that's Jay's drunk sit down talking about my life.
Yeah, Jay
chair.
would drink on it and sit on it and talk to us. I'm like, "Bro, I want to go to bed, dude."
And then one night Eric grabbed that little pink chair and he hid it under some like his dirty clothes. And then Jay comes by looking for his chair, and then he sees the outline of his chair over Eric's shirt or something. He goes, "Is this your way of telling me you don't want me to sit down and talk to you for like an hour being drunk?" And we're like, "Yes." Like, yes. But he grabbed it and sat down anyway, and he talked to us for another hour. But I'm glad that stuff happened, man, because we can talk about it now. But
it's an experience.
Then, when it was happening, we were like, "Oh, we can kill this guy," but now we can laugh about it.
I mean, it's an experience that very few people get to have. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, when you think of it that way, it's like, wow.
There's a lot of people who have made movies. How many people can say they made movies with all their friends? You know, not too many people.
Right.
And a legit movie. It's not like I mean, yeah, there was some cutting corners, but for the most part, it was a legit movie. We had a really expensive camera. That camera had more assistants than the director. I mean, the camera, a piece of equipment had more APs than anyone else, or PAs.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
It was amazing. Now, here's a question for you. Because I mean, I think everybody kind of had a different experience. The first day, walking on set and seeing all those people.
That was scary. That was scary.
Like
I saw Eric, when I walked in with Eric, we're like, "Dude, what the hell are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing?" Like, I didn't know, bro. We were so stiff, like robots. We were doing our lines word for word, bro. Like, no improvising. No, that day, if I could take back any one of those days, it'd be the first day. For sure. If we can reshoot one day, it would be that first day at the restaurant, bro, because we were rough, man.
Yeah.
We were rough. Because by the second or third day, we were going to the script. We're like, "Nah, I'm not saying that shit. I'm not saying that shit." I'd make up my own line. We say our own lines and shit. By the third day, we were rewriting the script. But on that first day, holy cow, did we stick to that script? Like,
yeah,
we did not deviate.
I would say like most of the first week was at least half of the first week was rough because we were like in over our heads and trying to figure out the method. But once we got the routine down, we knew, okay, wardrobe, get touched up with makeup.
Once we got that routine down.
Well, first I would eat before I changed. After a while, I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat first and then get changed, then get like whatever fucking shit I had to get done to my face, then go get mic'd up. And then I'm going to go find a place to fucking nap until they call my name. That's what it became. And that's why I like places like the house.
You know what it was too?
What?
Yeah, it was the anticipation of waiting for your name to get called because you're up.
Yeah.
And like you don't want to be the one to mess up the movie, so you gotta like really like it's like I don't know, for some reason like it felt like. And I know it shouldn't have felt that way because, we were amongst friends, but you also didn't want to be the one to mess up the shot,
Yeah.
Because it was so easy to, man. It was so easy to mess up the shot just by not knowing your line. Something as simple as not knowing your line.
Once we got to like the second half of the shooting, there was less lines from me and less lines from you. So there was days where we were shooting stuff where we didn't even talk in it. Like we were just there.
Yeah, we had to be in the scene for continuity's sake.
Yeah, or we had like one line or two lines the whole day. And it was funny because I remember especially the roller skating rink days. Oh yeah. We were just like, man, we're here all day and we haven't even been used yet. And then when we do get used, it's just like the gnome, like that little scene with the table and then like a couple of other things. And the chief's like, all right, that's it. Like we'd look at the script and he goes, oh, that's it. Easy day. Or we would do our shit.
And then Jay would get mad because he would have like this, he got this whole lines. And then we'd like, oh, we got nothing to do today. Well, yeah. And then Jay's like, fuck that. I'm giving you more lines, Chief. I'm like, come on, you can't just do that. You're not the director. But yeah, he would force in more lines for me and stuff. I'm like, oh, because he didn't.
No, but then there was also times where, like, when we would go up, they'd be like, all right, y'all are done. Like, we do like 3 takes each. Be like, you're done, and we're like, all right.
Yeah, and remember when he would do Billy and Jay scenes?
Yeah.
They would go for hours, bro, for the same scene. Like, remember when he was trying to knock
the wall?
That wall with the hammer?
Yeah.
That was hours. Literally, it was unreal. But then when me and Eric would do it, we're like, I bet you we do it in 3 shots, and then boom, like they would do the different angles, 1 shot each. We were done.
I can't remember what there was something that y'all kept saying, and I can't remember what it was. Trying to remember.
It was the brown the beaners. We're like, oh, the beaners, we just get pushed to the side. That's what me and Chief said. Oh, we don't matter. The beaners get pushed to the side. That's what we kept saying. What the heck is
something else?
David saying? The house, you mean the band? David says the house, you mean the band? No, I mean the house. We shot at a house, David.
Well, Eric, let me ask you, because most of these questions are really kind of for the both of you, but this one's really for you. You got to act against some of those other actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how? Well, I'm talking about like the other people that were gonna play your part, Chief. It's like you got to kind of try out those lines with different people. Like how excited were you that Chief got the part?
Oh, I was happy as hell when Jay told me. We were at Jay's house one night because I was there in October. You know, I was there October end.
Yeah, you went right after Retropalooza, remember?
No, I was there before and after Retropalooza.
Oh my goodness!
I was there in October when we were doing like when Billy was renting out an office space and we were location hunting and still finishing up the script and before the cast was even complete and stuff like that. And it became like okay, this guy's Charlie, this guy's Charlie. Okay, there's no more Charlie. Okay, Chief's coming in, and I was like I remember me and Billy were talking about it at Retropalooza because we're trying to think of who the fuck can we put to be the fourth. I'm like, why don't we try? Like I threw Chief out there, and he's like, you know what? Like we're thinking about it, and then that's when the whole Billy called Chief over and stuff like that. I was actually happy. I was like, you know what? I think it could work with Chief. I was a little worried, but I was like, no, you know what? Why worry? We're all gonna be there to help each other.
Right.
You know? Yeah. We can help him read the script. And I was like, I'm not an actor either. Neither is Billy and Jay. If we're gonna suck, we're all gonna suck together. So fuck it.
Literally, we all were sucking together. So I don't feel so bad.
No, and I think it was really important because I'm nothing against that previous guy that we read with that one time, Eric. But
yeah, I remember meeting him. I don't even remember his name, like Matt or something like that.
It's probably in my Twitter timeline at some point, but it's weird because I just didn't feel the rapport between the two of you.
Yeah.
And maybe that would have grown over time, but it was kind of like, I was like, I hope this is going to work. You know what I mean?
And I feel like I would be a method actor that if we were stuck with him, I would force him to like hang out with me for a little bit leading up to it and just get to try to know him or whatever. But it was easier with Chief.
No, it was way easier with Eric because I've known Eric forever.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the lines, it was literally, and you know what's funny is that from the very beginning, they were calling me. I think one time they started calling me Charlie, but like after the first or second time, it just didn't sound right, so they just said Chief.
Right.
So everyone in the movie's named after their own name. Literally, Billy is Billy, Jay is Jay, Eric is Eric, and Chief is Chief. So no one is not playing themselves.
The other thing that benefited is I since I was reading the script and having to interact with whoever Charlie was, I already knew Chief's lines when he came in, so I was able to feed him because you didn't have that long to see the script anyway. So I was able to kind of I was able to kind of explain and read and go with you to help them out.
Yeah, because I didn't have context of the lines.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what are we in? Like, I don't like. They literally we're in a restaurant. We're like, what are we doing? I didn't even know I was a ghost getter until I saw my shirt.
Yeah, because the way we filmed was scenes were out of order when we filmed.
Way out of order, dude. Holy cow. Yeah, well, see, I didn't know what the heck was going on.
See, I think it's kind of funny because we have, I mean, other than Billy and Jay, you probably have the two people that are on the polar opposites of how many times you guys read the script. Because Eric, you knew the script better than, I mean, Billy Jay. In some cases. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, there were times when you corrected Billy, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there going, he's right, guys.
Well, because as soon as I got it, even previous versions of the script, like I saw like 2 or 3 different versions of the script where it was completely different. Like where instead of going to
and the final script was completely different.
Like one of the scripts I remember, instead of going to the haunted house, we actually went to like a gang hideout or something, and then there was like a fight on the streets, and there was like motorcycles and like different things like that. Like I remember different versions.
Yeah.
And I was just remembering how to like I just studied it, like literally. I already saw kind of like a prototype of a possible spin-off script, and I already have my lines for the first part memorized on that. Like I'm just
and I got the script 2 days before actually filming was gonna start.
Yeah.
Let's let him clean up there. There we go.
Legit. Been in his house on Saturday, and he sent me Thursday. Yeah, I was supposed to start Saturday to get wardrobe, and Billy sent me the script on Thursday. So I had 2 days to read the script. And then by the time I got to Billy's house on Saturday, 2 days later, he was like, "Hey, did you read the script?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I read the script." I didn't read a damn word. I mean, I literally I just went from like by the seat of my pants. And they were starting to find out too, because Jay kept asking me about certain parts like halfway through the middle of the movie, and I still didn't know what the hell was going on. And Jay's like, "You didn't read the script, did you?" And I was like, "Nah."
I don't even think Jay read the script.
I was like, "Nah, I don't."
Well,
like I didn't even know how it ended.
See, I think Jay, you know, he kind of co-wrote the script with Billy and Melvor, right? But I think once all the changes started being made, that's when he stopped reading it, you know, or stopped knowing it.
Okay, I would say he knew the script, but he didn't know his lines.
Right.
Is how I would say.
Right. And then
he wrote it, but he didn't embellish it. You know, and it's like as opposed to like I like to take a little bit more of like a like when I look at it, like this is like a habit that I have. Like I'll think about it. I'll read a little bit about it before bed, or I'll read it like while I'm like I'll have it in the passenger seat while I'm driving and look at something. Like I do like I forget what the method was.
Oh yeah, he always
like,
had it with
Jay
him,
Frieden
man.
About like you know like reading the script and stuff.
And that's the thing. I mean,
I remember he.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He would teach me. He would constantly tell me, "Okay, Rich, in this part," and he would tell me cues like, "Hey, okay, as soon as you hear me say this, that's when you come in, and that's when you start. Oh, when to come in? Because remember, it would be Billy, Jay, Billy, Eric, Billy, Ray, like that, you know."
Yeah.
And so I would. Eric told me, "Okay, as soon as I finish this line, that's when you say your line," and that's how I remember is wait till Eric says his line, and then I will say my line. I would never know when to come in between like Billy and Jay. It was confusing. He studied that script so much. He knew where to come in, where to drop out. He knew all that. So it was like a blessing.
Oh man, you're frozen on the screen right now.
It was a blessing straight up that he knew that script in and out.
Yeah, I heard most. I think we got the gist of it, but it's like, you know, it's just like right now your video is completely frozen.
Go outside, Chief.
Hold it up. But one of the things too I want to mention earlier, David asked how long the script was. We'll just say over 100 pages because I don't think we don't even know at this point. Oh,
I would say it's I want to say like around 146, 149.
Yeah, but then as it changed, it got shorter, and then it would get longer, and then it would get shorter. So, yeah, and then he asked if it was hard to memorize the script, but I think it just comes with time. You know, you the more you read it, you know, the more it just starts to instead of, I don't know about you, but like when I was doing it, and when I was doing what I do, it was picturing the scene in my head and just seeing how it would play out, and that helped me memorize it. Are y'all frozen? Oh no, you're good.
I'm not. I'm listening.
You good, Chief?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Y'all changed spots, so now.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it's okay. It's no big deal. I don't think anybody's gonna be
that
confused.
Happened.
No, and then your job was super important because you kept continuity on point, man. Because honestly, I didn't know jobs like yours existed.
Me either.
And that was nuts because you would remember stuff that we would never even think twice of remembering, bro. We would.
Sorry, I interrupted you again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, okay.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that somebody had asked how many times I'd read the script, and it was somewhere between 25 and 30 times. And it would just...
Whoa!
Oh, I read it a lot, man. I had to.
Wow.
Because like, give you an example. We talked about day one in the restaurant, right? Well,
right.
Let's say you guys... and the restaurant's a bad example, but let's say something on day 4 or 5, we came up with this great idea and this great line to add in, right? Then 2 weeks later, we're doing a scene and we go, well, hey, why don't we do a joke where we call back to that? And I'm like, you can't do that because that's later in the script. I had to keep, you know what I mean? So you can't call back to something that hasn't happened in the movie yet.
Happened yet, right. Oof, good catch.
So that's the kind of stuff that I had to try to keep track of. Is I had to remember, not only try to remember what each scene, what it's supposed to achieve,
where it's placed in the movie.
Right.
You had to keep that in your mind. Where, oh wow, I wouldn't even want that kind of job. Nope.
And it's kind of funny because you guys had talked about like Eric, at the beginning, you'd get there, you'd eat, you'd get your makeup and all that stuff, you get the mic up, and then you'd go take a nap. I couldn't do that. I had to be watching and paying attention
all
and being
the time.
on.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where, I mean, I'm a huge movie dork, right? I didn't know what a script supervisor did. Because when Billy asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to be script supervisor? And I was like, hell yes, of course I do. And then was like Googling, what the hell is a script supervisor? I had no idea what I was doing.
I want to do it. I know.
Well, see, at first, the first week or so, I wanted to be like, okay, I'm going to be standing right there at the camera, watching everybody shoot their scenes, be part of it, whatever. And then there was just a day where Rudy looked at me. I think it was one of the cold days, and he goes, hey, you don't have to be out here, you know? I'm like, yeah, well, I just want to be part. And he goes, honestly, it'd be best if you guys just go and rest somewhere. He goes, you guys have to look rested and be rested and not look tired and cold for when you're on camera.
Right.
He goes, believe it or not, he goes, y'all, you guys being well rested and comfortable is more important than anything.
Right.
He goes, if you get a day off from shooting, don't come to set. He goes, go to sleep, rest, do this. If you're hungry, eat something. If you're thirsty, drink something. If you want to take a nap, go do it. He goes, I got people that will find you. He goes, I got people, and he goes, I know where you're supposed to be. Just go do your thing. Go sleep, whatever. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And it made sense. So from then on, if I was not on camera,
all of us, you, me, we would find a comfortable little bed or a chair, knock out, man.
I was like, if I'm not on
Most of the
camera,
time,
I've seen that,
times we get
and
knocked
then
out.
that's the benefit that actual like high budget productions have, is that they like, I forgot who I was watching. I was watching a vlogger. They each have like their own little like cubicle like
Trailer.
room. And I'm like, damn, that would be sweet as fuck, dude. Have like your own little TV, little mini
And your own little,
refrigerators.
oh
And that's
yeah,
what I was like, dude, I just want to keep doing roles so I can just experience, doing all that.
By the way, I do want to call out the only Metal Viking who was there on one of those days of shooting. And yes, Eric already said, thanks for being a part of it. But yeah, that was, I think that was the coolest thing that I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen. That there was going to be so many people that were just fans of, the Game Chasers and what you guys do,
we all
that were going to be a part of it.
Yeah, we called out and we all said, hey, if you're a fan, show up. And believe it or not, me and Metal Viking were our Pokemon Go friends.
Yep.
For we've been friends. And then, what's funny is that there's this thing where you become lucky after so many times you trade with each other, you send each other gifts, you become these lucky friends. And I never in a million years thought I was going to be able to actually meet him to trade, And as soon as he told me who he was, I'm like, oh, we're lucky friends. And he knew exactly what we were talking about. And then, yeah, we did a really cool special trade that day. And that was really cool. He drove really far to get to be that day.
He said 6 hours.
There that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6-hour drive, man. That was so cool, man.
Now
there was a lot of other people that drove far too. One guy drove from Tennessee.
Yeah, that was Matt. Retro Wolf.
Matt, there you go. Yeah, that was far. That was far for sure.
Now, okay, so here's a question for kind of the both of you. I'm not sure how much the both of you experienced this, but I want to know. Do you remember, how do I explain this? The house, basically, right?
The old lady's house?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember the house.
Okay. So what did you think of the creepy doll room?
Oh, the one in the attic with the little...
The triangle room?
Oh, no. I'm good with that shit, man. Nope. Big ass nope on that, man. And that was our fault because we stumbled upon that. We went snooping around where we shouldn't have been snooping.
Now, Eric, did you, I don't think you were in chat that one time when
snooping around where definitely we shouldn't have been snooping.
I think it was Billy. I can't remember who was on the show at the time. Maybe it was Billy, Leon, and Yoshi. But anyway, I showed a picture of that room, just on my phone.
Yeah, the orbs.
Yeah. So okay, you knew about it. Okay. I was just curious, if y'all had, because I went in there, I was videoing on my phone. I went in there and I just got I'm not a big ghost guy, but I was just like, I don't really want to be in here. Especially with a door with a lock on it. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I got about halfway in and came out.
Yeah, I went in there briefly.
What size person can live in that little room? The hell was that room made for?
It wasn't that tiny of a room. It was a pretty decent, lengthwise. It's a pretty decent room.
Didn't you have to kneel, crouch down to get into that door?
I did.
Yeah, it was big.
I'm 5'9.5" or something like that. I mean, I'm just a bit taller than you, Eric, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. It was like a regular size, maybe a little smaller than a regular, but it wasn't.
It was still creepy though. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go back to that room.
Yeah.
All the rest of the house was cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved. I mean, I'm not even one of those people that's really super into old houses and stuff like that. I'd rather have a nice house with with working plumbing and electricity and all that kind of stuff. But Like you know what I'm talking about? There's those the old doorknobs that are kind of made of like crystal or something. I'm not a big fan of those. It just creepy. I don't know. There's something creepy about it, but I really liked that house. I thought it was awesome. Leon said, really nice. Apparently
the beds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those bedrooms were well, and the way that they had them decorated too. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, the old furniture.
Yeah, the statues and all that kind of. It was a cool place.
You want to know what's funny on that house when we were doing that scene where we're all on the couch.
Yep.
And we're all like this, right?
I thought that couch was gonna fucking break.
Jay's arm got so sore from trying to lift because I couldn't get off of that couch. So every time we did that scene, Jay would have to do one of these. Yeah. Like he would help me up, and we did it about 20 times. Like Jay's arm was gone by that night. He was like, Jesus Christ, man!
I thought
I needed help.
I thought that couch was gonna fucking break, bro.
Yeah, we were
tiny.
Yeah, and they had and we were all like just squished to death in there. Poor couch.
But that was, to me, one of the, like, I don't know about you guys. I mean, and I'll ask you more about some of like your worst days and best days and things like that. But to me, that was a really fun one because I really enjoyed, there was so much room in that scene to play around.
Yeah.
You know? And plus all of the cool shots that Peter got.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. I really, really enjoyed that one. Remember right behind you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think for me, one of my worst days on the film was when we were all in the car, and because I get really easily car sick, and I hid it from everybody. And we remember they would shake the car, and we had to go, we had to yell, and I was so sick after that. So that whole thing, bro, like I had to walk away. I was in the bathroom for like almost 30, 40 minutes. Bro.
And you were bitching about my sauce, the way my sausage smelled. My little.
Yeah, you kept eating those. He had like 17 Slim Jims, and he wasn't supposed to eat them all, but he ate them all, bro. He was going. He went through all those Slim Jims, man.
I only had two.
You have more than that.
No, they only gave me two, so I had to eat, make them last. But the reason why you were smelling so long is because I had to hold it there a lot and pretend I was eating it. Yeah. So it was stenching up. I didn't know that was one of your worst days because you weren't complaining that day.
That day?
Because that I was afraid of like not being able to take part in the scene because of how sick I was feeling. I was feeling very nauseous.
The only thing that I got scared of on those days was the doors. The car shifted around.
The car shifted. Yeah, the car shifted.
We were on top of a trailer that was being hit by something else. So I'm over here like, fuck, if something happens, we're gonna have to break open the window and fucking climb out. That was the only thing that paranoid me a little bit. But that day that was it. Other than I guess maybe you get motion sick. That was the same day as Jay taking forever to leave, I think.
Yeah, that was just, I think so, at the night. At the very, because and we had to run, remember, full sprint after you up that hill?
Oh yeah, fuck the running.
Oh my God, bro. I had boots on. I had like Timberland boots that weren't tied. So they were like flapping in the wind.
So that was your worst day?
Sprint. Yeah, bro. I was hurting that day, man.
Are you sure, bro? Because that cold day, when we were having to be on our knees for like hours.
That was bad. That was bad.
You were miserable that day.
Yeah, that day was bad,
you were
bro.
Frozen that day.
It was raining. It was raining, and it was raining. It was cold, and I kicked myself for not wearing the jacket the first day to keep the continuity because you had to. But you know what? Billy never give a damn about that shit.
I know.
He had it on, off, whenever he felt like he had it on, and then to fix it, he would just put it over his shoulder in one scene. Like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. But no, I regretted not having my jacket on the first day, man. I should have put up with that heat just for that first day.
The thing that sucked about that day where it was cold and we were on our knees is that we all didn't get that much sleep because we all hung out that night before. I was hungover that morning.
I think he's frozen again.
Yeah, I think he froze.
Oh no. He's there.
That was
What'd you say, Eric?
The night before that cold day was when me and Jay didn't want to stop drinking at the sports bar.
So, I was so mad, bro.
We were all tired. We were all tired that morning. I was still drunk in the car. Remember we drove up? I was like fucking like hungover.
I was so mad because Salsa kept giving everyone massages and kept wanting the people keep chilling there, and then they kept ordering more pitchers of beer, and I just kept wanting to go. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, because you just got back in town from driving from home, so you were ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, I was tired, bro. I worked all weekend. I was tired, and I had to meet Jay. He's like, "Oh, meet me at the sports bar." I'm like, "Come on, bro." Like, damn. Then I was
feeling it that next day, too. And then that was a pretty miserable day. You were also pretty cold the night that we shot in the woods when they had to go get Starbucks for everybody. I remember
that was a rough one.
Carnival.
Too, yeah. The carnival night.
The carnival.
Yeah, there was 2 nights. There was the carnival night, and then there was also the night when we it might have been
the last night.
I don't think it was the same night, but
it was the last
night in the
night
carnival area.
By the fire?
No, it was in the carnival area when we had to run away from the scary thing. No spoilers.
Yeah, remember? that was the one day, and then the second time was when we were doing the fire with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had my jacket off.
At least we had that night went too bad because at least we had the fire. But I remember they went and got Starbucks for everybody, and I was sick. I felt sick one of those nights. Like I was sick, like almost like a cold. And I ordered the green tea medicine ball thing, and that was fucking delicious. But I remember that day, like me and you were frozen, and we kept getting. I think that intern came in. That one chick that came in. She was working as an intern. She had like the braided hair. I don't remember what her name was.
Oh, right. I don't remember her name either, but I remember what you're talking about.
She was helping like Larissa and Christine and Odette. She came in.
Right.
I remember Christine and the intern were holding mine and yours jackets. Because me and you, I was bent over while you were looking at my ass, and then we'd have to run. And then
I remember that.
As soon as they said cut, me and you would run and get our jackets.
Grab our jackets.
We're like, oh, God.
And Billy and Jay were the only ones with jackets.
Yeah, me and you were running because we're like, oh my God, we're frozen. We're frozen.
It was it was bad that night, man. That was that where they had those heaters like every 2 feet. Remember?
Somebody's pants or something started going on like smoking. They were getting on fire. I forget who the hell it was.
No, everybody's like if you get close enough,
Yeah, but I specifically remember somebody was standing.
Because they were putting their.
Yeah, I forgot who it was, but yeah, that night was fun. Christine was a big help too. She was cool.
Yeah, man.
Has Christine been on your show yet, Rob?
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch that episode.
Yeah, she's on. It's just while since you said that, what I'm trying to do is because Twitch will keep the replays up for 14 days. And then at the end of the 14 days, my plan is to get caught up to where once it falls off of Twitch, you can go catch it on the YouTube and the YouTube channel. And Christine's is already on the YouTube channel. So
she was actually a while back. I saw on Instagram that she was filming something like in the Blanco area, and I hit Chief up. And the day that I saw it they were already done. And I told Christine, I was like, "Hey, next time you're on Blanco, hit Chief up for rooms for production."
She was right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was right. She was literally like a block away from me.
Sorry,
Chief could have had another movie role.
Weird. I was like, and it's.
Come on. I think we lost Chief.
Yeah, it could have been an extra.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Sounds like, well, you're frozen on there.
It goes in and out.
Yeah. So y'all talked about some bad days. Chief, what about your best day? What was your favorite day on set? And again, try to, if it's a spoilery scene, let's try to.
You still there, guys?
My best day was the second day when I improvised on the when I answered that one line, and I'm happy I didn't mess up the shot.
And what was the first part of that? You cut out there. Dang it.
Did I cut off again?
Yeah. Hold your arms out like a.
I said, I think the best day of shooting for me was the second day when I improvised in the garage.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
And on the garage scene, that was because it came out the way it just came out the way I thought it. So I was happy I didn't mess it up. That's all.
I'll tell you that I feel like that was the day where it's like everybody became a fan of you. Like if they weren't already, that
right.
You know what I mean? It was.
And I was just happy that I didn't mess it up. I was glad I was able to give them more than what they wanted. In a sense. Because that's not what I was told to say. I was just told to say it's got tubes or something. That was my whole line. Literally, the whole scene just had. I was just supposed to say it's got tubes. That was it. Like that was what I was told to say, and I'm like, I can't say that, man. That sounds too boring, So then I just started from the bottom, and I just worked my way up, And that's how it just came out that way. So hopefully it got captured good. On video.
Oh yeah, man. And that. Yeah, I want to talk more about it, but I can't.
I don't want to give it away of what I said. Yeah, I know. I don't want to give it away what I said, but I improvised that whole thing, bro. Like literally the whole thing.
It was great.
So, and then when I turned around, when I finished the scene, and I turned around and I saw everybody laughing, I was like, it made me feel good to think that, they picked me for this and they're glad they picked me for this,
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
And that's the one thing that I think to me, that day was a big turning point, I think, on set. Because it was and here's why. Because we were, up to that point, we were pretty much sticking to the script. And then I think at that point is when everybody realized that there's room to make it better. Right. You know what I mean? It's
for sure.
To make it more, not just like y'all were saying, where it's kind of like, nah, I'm not saying that, I'll say this. But just to make it more authentic to you guys, but make the scene actually work better. I think that was a big day. Yeah,
it was huge, and we were so under pressure.
I know,
because again, we had 40 minutes to do it all. It was like literally, and that's including set up the lights. That's including everything. Like 40 minutes is what they gave us, and that was it. Like there was no more after that. So it was scary. It was like me and Eric had to do the next scenes, and we had literally 20 minutes to get him done, and that's
and I'm not gonna lie,
scary.
I was kind of pissed off. Like I almost went on. I wanted to be like, "What the fuck? Y'all spent 8 hours doing everybody else's scenes, and you're rushing us. You can't give us. You can't. At least tone it like that." Was still early on, so I was still filling out everybody. But I was actually pretty pissed off when we were shooting that scene. I was like,
because we kept looking at the time. We're like, look, it's almost time to go. Like, and me and Eric still have our scenes to do. Like, what the hell's taking so long, Yeah. And then when it was getting within the last hour, I was like, Eric, are they even gonna get to us? Like, I was afraid that we weren't even going to be able to come back shoot this scene. Like, we was going to get cut because that's how short of time that we had to shoot it in. And then when they're like, okay, they finally ended, and I'm like, there's 40 minutes left. Like, there's 40 minutes. What are we going to do in 40 minutes? And we still got to take the light. Remember, we carried all the lights over from 1 yard to the next, and they set it all up in like 20 minutes. And then me and Eric just remember, Eric, when I grabbed you like this, and then I told you all that. Like, that wasn't in the script.
Yeah, that was improvised.
Yeah, it was all improvised. And because I knew Eric, I knew, like, I felt like I was just talking to like Eric, you know, like not an actor Eric, but just Eric, my friend.
And there were some other issues with that scene too, because Billy wanted it to, and now in hindsight, we forgot for Chief to keep the camera with him, because Chief was supposed to have the camera as the ghost getter, like as his prop. But in that scene, Chief was recording me talking, and Peter and Rudy were like, well, how are we supposed to do that without seeing the this and that? Like, they kind of like, I remember we were still all filling out the creative process. And I remember Joe from GameSack was there, and he was like, well, you could still shoot from this angle. And I think like the day before, Joe and Rudy and Peter kind of had like a little bit of a butt into head still.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. So it was like, not only were we on rush for time, but like everybody was like arguing on how that scene was supposed to be shot, with me being recorded and with the camera not being seen. And we're like, well, we'll record, the person recording with the regular camera will be off camera while you record Chief and Eric, like kind of like to fix it up. So then that scene worked, but it was like going into it to record it, there was like so much like tension. It was like Chief was like trying to figure out his thing with the line. Rudy and everybody was figuring out how to shoot it.
It was serious.
The time was on top of that, and I was like, oh man, I just want this.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess, but it worked. It all worked out.
Other than that scene, the scene in the attic with the lanterns, those were like the only two scenes that had issues before they were shot.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I think
we had to improvised on the spot for those lanterns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we improvised on the spot because we couldn't use the torches, man. So we just had to come up with something. And then that was trying to get shut down. Remember, No Fun McGee was trying to shut that down. It was like, what do we do then, man?
No Fun McGee.
That's awesome. Man, she was horrible.
She had her moments, but at the same time, she's trying to look out for everybody and say, okay, well, if those smoke alarms go off and the fire department comes, we're done for the night. Bye. We don't get anything.
But
so it's kind of like, it was rough.
And she took away our football. Did I mention that?
Yeah. Oh man. What was funny? Leon said you two bashed out your scenes together in 1 or 2 takes most of the time.
Yeah. And I couldn't even tell you that we were professional or not. I think it was just because of the lack of time to keep going, pretty much.
But like I said, though, that garage scene is kind of like, I almost feel like that's the origin of Trust the Process, because it was like...
That's the word. We used to say that, trust the process.
Yeah.
We said that all the time. Hey, when there was any doubt, just trust the process. That's all we would say.
I don't know. I just feel like... I mean, to me, there's a couple of those pivotal type scenes, right? But one of them, for me, was the day. In fact, Chief, I think that might have been the weekend that you went back home, but it was that Saturday when we were at the house, and Billy was not going to be on camera, so he was able to actually direct, and that was that was a lot of fun for him to actually be a director.
Direct.
Yeah. And then
it was hard for him.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, still.
Imagine being in a movie and directing the movie and editing the movie. Imagine being that guy. Like, I don't envy him, bro.
And it's your first one.
I don't envy him.
It's
for sure. And people are gonna shit on it, man. Because
they
it's
already
just
are.
what people do,
I don't know if you'll
But there's
follow,
gonna be
but
people
there
that
is
love it,
people.
bro. And that's who we made this movie for. We didn't make it for the people that hate it or gonna hate on it. We made it for the people that are gonna love it. That's who we made this movie for, man. For sure.
And there's
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, there was that one guy that I mentioned. I watched his video of him breaking down the trailer. And of course he's
yeah.
And he's like, Eric is this, and look at this, oh, game day, blah, blah, blah. But then, in the middle of it, he gets all quiet, because he gets sucked into the story. And I'm like, ha ha ha, it worked. Yeah. It worked. I mean, in spite of everything you tried, you actually got sucked into the trailer. And then he shuts off the video real fast, and I'm like, okay. As long as the movie works, they can say what they want.
Trust me, man.
I think you guys made an amazing movie.
There's going to be their critics. We did. I feel like, because we made it. Honestly, it's 4 friends that made a movie.
Yeah.
That's literally it. There was nothing more than that. I mean, yes, there was more friends involved, but the main people that were there, like, for the most part of the movie, it's just basically 4 friends that have known each other for a long time making a movie.
Yep.
And it's
so in that aspect,
I'm glad we did it.
Don't look. It's not going to win any kind of Emmys or Oscars or whatever. It's just, don't look past that. You know what I'm saying?
There's not too many movies in 2020.
Yeah, I was going to say. Are you a part of the Academy? Because no.
Yeah, but it's don't look for it to be some kind of game changer. It's a fun movie. Take that for what it is. If you look into it more than
I disagree. I think it's gonna be a game changer. I think it's gonna be a fantastic movie.
Don't get me wrong. It is. And I completely agree with you, because I was in it, and I'm not being biased. I was, I get it. I was in it, and I guess I am being biased because I was in it. But I mean, I just don't want people to look at it as like their lives are going to change, for the better or for the worse after having watched this movie.
Yeah. Well, what I try to tell people, because I live stream a lot, and I try to tell people, because a lot of people, and even in Jay's chat, a lot of people are expecting like something that's like the cartoon humor or like what they see on the episodes. I'm like, no, guys, honestly, the trailer didn't do it justice. The trailer is great and all, but the trailer makes it seem like it's like a Scooby-Doo going to a haunted house place and that's it. I'm like, no, there's such a much more bigger message and such more character development. The trailer didn't do it justice. I was like, you're going to watch this, and there's so much the trailer didn't show, just with this backstory of the kids, and then with us, and then, what happens with our characters, what happens with Billy and Jay's characters, what happens with Dave's and Jim's characters, and then like the other people we meet. I was like, there's so much stuff going on in this movie that it's more than, because the trailer kind of made it seem like, they're going on a road trip and Eric is scared of stuff and they're looking for an NES. And I'm like, no, the trailer, yeah, it was funny and it was good, but I feel like there's so much more to the movie, so much more deeper.
Yeah.
That people are going to be surprised.
Message.
And a lot of people
it's an adventure to find your happy place.
Yeah,
is what I took away from it. You know,
and a lot of the critics are like, why did they use these guys? Well, because we're friends, and it's we work with the best with what we have. Nobody claimed we're fucking actors, but I think for what
and we never claimed we were actors.
Yeah, what little experience we had, I think we did a great job. And again, we did it for the fans. Like if we weren't in it, the fans would be like, why ain't Eric in it? Why isn't OKChief in it? Why isn't this guy in it? It's like, well, you're not going to please everybody, but I want to entertain whoever wants to buy it, whoever wants to watch it. My goal was they're going to be entertained by what I do in it. And that's what I was focused on, was entertaining. I don't give a shit what people have to say about it. I think we did a good job. I think we definitely went above and beyond.
Sorry, I feel like did the chat lock up again, or are you seeing that, Eric, or not?
I don't know if it did or not.
Okay.
Maybe they're just quiet.
But yeah, they were just sucked in to what you guys were saying. But it seemed like that message was just kind of stuck there, and then it looked like my stream was locked up too, so I didn't know if it was my computer or not. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, and I kind of agree a lot with both of you guys. I think it's sort of like some of the most successful people on YouTube, on Twitch. I mean, a lot of these people, right? They don't do it. They try to just make whatever they're doing, they're just trying to be the best at it.
Mm.
And I think that's what happened on this movie is we had issues. But I mean, I can't think of one person that wasn't trying to give their all every day. And it was inspiring to me to see, not just you guys, but the crew too,
Yeah.
Yeah, the crew was amazing. And that's what sucks is that a lot of people will never know the behind the scenes people that made it happen, man. They worked just as hard. And you know what's messed up is how the crew would call us the talent. But in reality, they're the ones that are making the movie look great. And they called us the talent. Like, we just came in off the streets, guys. Remember that day when Jay made us all sit together, and they were completely shocked. Like we don't like that's not what like they were like they never heard of that shit before. Like, we never eat with the talent. It just doesn't happen. And Jay's like, no, from now on we all eat together. And they were like, holy shit, like that's unheard of. Apparently in their industry. And a lot of them we heard like Peter when he told us that he ate last, like hell. When Jay found out, like, no, you eat first now. Like, get in line.
On a lower budget set like ours, you're able to get away with that. But I was told by some people, if it's like a big, huge production that has like union workers and stuff like that, they cannot sit with us, and we have to eat first and all this, and that's what they're used to. That's their job, and even the extras aren't supposed to sit with the crew and the staff and stuff like that. And that there's like a whole bunch of like legal mumbo jumbo and crap that could go into it, and liability and stuff like that. And
even it's one of the things too is like I think the big actors, they're preparing for the next scene, so they're getting into character and they're getting into this mode. And if you come up and be like, hey man, I really liked you in the whatever, then it takes them out of that, and then they get pissed off, and then whatever.
Well, even simple like that, you hear stories of like actors where they're doing the scene, and let's say like Chief is right here and me and him are acting, and some motherfuckers in the background moving around like kind of like let's say for example we're on a bigger set, me and Chief are doing the scene, and you, Robbie, are off camera doing your job, but you're moving around a lot and you're distracting. I've heard stories where actors will be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Why are you moving around? Why are you doing this? You're taking me out of the fucking action.
Right.
So.
I see Leon just said,
true.
And Leon just said, he said, when we were talking about how the crew just, brought it, he says, I gave about 60%. Leon.
Leon was here because he wanted to come visit Texas.
And I believe it.
No, but Leon was awesome. We all saw what Leon did. I mean,
Leon likes to blow a lot of smoke up people's ass. That's all it is.
That smoke fucking smelled and tasted like shit, by the way.
It was horrible, bro.
Next movie, you better fucking get a better formula or put some potpourri in it or Febreze.
Remember we kept choking on that
Remember we had
to
run into the fake carnival entrance, dude?
That was a fucking... when all that smoke was right in our face, that was bad too.
We had to like try not to trip over the fucking.
Who was behind there?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was behind there blowing all that smoke up our ass? Leon.
But we also had to watch out because, like, I think Mo was hiding back there, and
Mo with his girlfriend.
And we had to be like, we had to run in there and watch out for the light. There was like a light back there that we were tripping on. And
we had to run. We had to jump over that light.
Yeah. And that was a cold ass fucking day too.
endangering
Yeah, and
actors
you
right
had
there.
to,
You heard it here first,
and
people.
you had to fall flat on your back. Remember?
Yeah.
That was right there. That you can call that a stunt, and you can add that to your IMDb as a stuntman.
I'm not adding on it.
Leon also said about the smoke on the next movie. He says, "No chance. Put up with it, you divas."
Hate that smoke.
It's weird how, like, I mean, I've doing this show, I get to kind of almost like relive the entire shoot every time, you know, when I'm interviewing one of you guys. Mm-hmm. I remember things like I totally forgot about you guys having to jump over that light because of the way that they had it. It was kind of like there was an entrance, but then there was sort of like a fake wall behind it, and all you had to do was go around it, but there was a light right there, and you had to jump over that light.
Beam, they had like wood beams diagonally down.
I totally forgot about that.
Oh, and then not to mention when we were running into the carnival from off camera, there was like a little tree stump.
That
a little tree stump and fucking what else?
Right.
Like little things like that.
It was just it was crazy. It really was. And some of those, especially that, I think for me the worst day was that cold day, right? That first cold day when it dropped like 30 degrees and it started to rain. Yes. That was the worst.
Was probably
for me.
The worst. Only because it felt really convenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like there was no way around it. There was like so much going on that day. We were having to be on our knees. We were having to like, and that was like, I think that was the day where Rudy's like, "Nah, man, go find somewhere warm until you're fucking needed." And he goes, and this goes for any day.
Yeah, because we can't reshoot that shit.
Yeah.
We can't. We have to do it. Like, come hell or high water, those scenes have to be shot. Like, there's no going back. There's no reshooting. Like, whatever schedule for that day, we gotta pump it out that day.
And not on that, not just on that, but that day was also the day. Like, I came in kind of hungover. Chief didn't have a jacket. They had to use an umbrella to cover Jay and Dodongo. All the extras had to be fed, so they had that problem of finding like the food for everybody and getting enough food that day.
Oh, right. And Marissa or Larissa had to go get Popeyes.
That was all the same day. Like when the extras got fed, because technically they weren't supposed to eat the food that was provided.
Our food.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else happened? There was a couple other things that happened that day that were like
your jacket. We couldn't get a good jacket. Remember we needed
we had to get the fucking trench coat figured out.
The trench coat. Yeah, the damn
like
trench
that day
coat.
was like that day there was so many obstacles.
It was rough.
Plus then they had to have like
but
Larissa.
We did it.
They had to have Larissa splinter out and film some of the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got shit cut out.
We had two in a row.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we had to get the car work. We had to get the car working too because we had to drive off. And so then, like that day was like so much shit.
I want to start.
And then I would say the attic day was also a shitty day.
That was a hard rough.
Because we were at the house. The house is fine. I was fine with being in the house, except I'm allergic to cats, so I was fucking dying with the cat dandruff. But the other thing was the train kept going off, so that was like, fuck, let's just get this over.
Forgot about that.
Was a pain in the ass.
But the one benefit to that was that day, even though it took forever, I was able to sleep in that comfy ass room for a long time.
Yeah.
I think I took like an hour and a half nap at one point. And then, but everything went to hell when we moved over to the attic, and it just took forever. Like, it was like an extended long lunch.
It was like one problem after another.
Oh, we did the house scene first, and then we moved everything over to the antique store. Yeah.
That was the only
day. We did all
day.
that in one night.
Yep. That was the only day when we had to move everybody, like full location move.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
And I remember I thought I was in the wrong, like, I had been there, right? I was there when we scouted the place out. Met the lady, the lady that put up all the smoke detectors. I thought we were going to be cool. I get there and nobody's there. And I'm like, where is everybody? I was like, I didn't drive like 100 miles an hour to get here. And it
was only 5 minutes away.
Yeah, but it just seemed like it took forever to everybody to get there. Then it took forever to get set up. Then, because at that point, it was like, let's eat.
Because we had to, like.
Then they went right into lunch.
Yeah.
And then lunch took forever. And then I think Mo had to go find
But for us, it took forever for us because we had to load up all of our costumes and all of the makeup from Allie. I mean, it took us a long time to get over there too because of that. You know, we couldn't just get up and leave because we still had to and we're all carpooling, so we all had to pitch in and help pick up everything because we had to leave that house just like the way she left it. Remember, we left it. She gave it to us. Yeah. We have to leave it super clean.
Yeah, and that was...
Yeah, I remember that.
And I just remember that for some reason, because we'd had nights, plenty of nights, where it was like really, like it felt like it was pretty rough. For some reason, that attic night, I was dead tired.
It was rough.
And then I remember it was the only time that I ever I almost wanted to roll my eyes at Peter. Because he was like, oh, I want to get one more shot here. And I'm like, oh, damn it. Come on, dude. You know, and I mean, Peter was like the coolest guy, but it was like he wanted that shot. And I'm like, oh, man. But then it was just okay, sure. You know what? Let's get it done. And Billy, because I remember Billy was like, let's do it.
It did suck sitting on that dusty ass floor too for a while.
Remember our pants? We remember our pants after that?
And then I just couldn't breathe because all that dust. And then I got splinters in my hands and...
I remember when
it was.
Oh, go ahead.
It was bad. I was gonna say it was horrible sitting on that floor, but I never knew how dirty we were until we got out into the light and saw ourselves. We're like, damn, guys, like half of the attic dust is on our butts. It was nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the most frustrating thing, especially for like Billy, right? Is that it got to the point where we really could have probably done that anywhere. You know?
I guess.
There was a lot of a lot of the reason that we were going to use that place was kind of taken away from us. So it was kind of like,
right.
Dang it.
No, it was disappointing on him. Yeah.
You know?
I remember he was sad we couldn't use the torches. He was bummed out, man. Yeah, and it reflected back into his performance. You know, because if you remember.
Yeah, but it actually worked for the. I think now. I mean, it could be completely terrible in editing, but I remember thinking, "Wow, he's actually using that to be pissed off. He's supposed to be pissed off right now.
He was supposed to be pissed off, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So it actually kind of worked.
Used that energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Man, that was a rough one.
If I had a line that I had to been pissed off, I probably would have executed it really good too.
Oh man. Well, guys, we're nearing the end here. I think we're good. I mean, is there anything that you guys want to say?
I can't wait till it comes out.
Well,
yeah, I wish I could just chronologically freeze myself to sleep and have it come out. I'm tired of waiting. I know it's a good thing. Yeah, it's good. It's exciting. When I say I'm tired of waiting, it's an excited tired. I just want it out already.
I want to be in my room. I want to be in the right state of mind. And I want to watch this movie that I was a part of with my friends. I hope I get an early copy so that I can like feel giddy when I show it to everybody else.
No, your copy comes last, Chief.
Of course it does.
Well, I will just say this. I have seen a couple of scenes and I've been doing the sound editing, right? So taking out the generator noise and things like that. I am very happy. I am.
Oh, so cool.
I'm like there was a couple of scenes that I was a little worried about, and I can't really mention them because but there was a couple of scenes that I was really worried about that I saw some footage from it, and I'm very happy. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm really excited to see the thing cut together because there was a lot of scenes that I wasn't there for. I didn't get to see. Like, you guys riding around the car, anything in the car, I didn't see any of it. Because remember, there was no room for me to be in the second car.
Oh, so right.
I didn't see any of that. And then,
okay.
And then all the footage at the, well, when you guys were back at camp and you filmed your little extra thing, remember?
Oh, yes.
And Billy and Jay went off and shot something else.
Right.
I missed all of that too.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I missed, I don't know, like a few hours of stuff that they did. Because I know that Jim had said some things that was like, I wasn't there for that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was that day when they said, oh yeah, we don't really, it's just going to be a couple of things here. And then it ended up being a lot of stuff that they ended up doing.
Right.
But I can't go into detail. But I'm very excited for you guys to see it because I think, like you said, it's like people are expecting, just a bunch of, oh, I'm a floating head. Oh, and then that's the whole movie is just the gags. But it's more than just gags. It's a real story.
There's a message. There's a message behind it. Yeah.
It's gonna be good. I want it out already, man.
Leon said, "So you missed all the sex scenes." Oh,
I want it out already, and I want to start working on the spinoff that I started reading.
Yes, yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Billy sent me like a 5-page thing with I guess he was taking a break from the movie to get creative again.
Yep.
And he sent me 2 versions of like an opening scene for a spinoff, and I liked it.
Well, he had actually been thinking about that because remember, Chief, the, I guess it was in Arlington, the little toy thing that Jay put together, like in February, right?
Yeah.
Billy had said,
no, that was in January.
Oh, January, okay, because I know that Billy had said a couple of things that he was thinking about for the next movie, and I'm like,
right, but I don't think we can mention. No. But I think we all know what it is.
Yep.
He took one of my ideas because he liked it and he put it in there.
Yeah.
For the opening.
Yeah. I
was like, all right. Because I suggested it and he goes, yeah, that is in it. And I was like, I saw it. I was like, hell yeah.
Well, and I kind of got an idea because I remember hearing about it. But it'd be cool to follow through on it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down.
Especially when this movie drops. I want this movie to drop tomorrow.
No shit, right? I was excited when he said June.
I was excited when I heard July, and it's almost over, and I'm like, oh god.
But I know he's taking his time to be. I want it to be as perfect.
Pride and joy.
I want it to be as perfect as possible. There was a movie that I saw recently, and I read it, and it was like I read about it on Wiki, and they said that it came out 4 years after they finished shooting. That it was in post-production for 4 years. I forgot what movie it was. But I was like, dude, could you imagine shooting something and it coming? I think it was a Robert Downey movie, or it was something.
4 years later?
It was like shot in 2012 and didn't come out until like 4 years later. And I was like, damn, could you imagine being in something like that?
Well, hopefully it won't take that long.
Yeah, no kidding. That's insane. No, I'm sure Billy's just as excited to get it out there as fast as possible too. But he's not gonna. He's not gonna risk. He's not gonna risk giving it out early to like mistakes. He doesn't want. He would rather go. He would go through it with a fine tooth comb. He would pick out every little mistake, and that's.
I hope we get to see like a rough cut, like when it's there. Billy's like, okay, the movie's about 80% done. Let's watch it. Let's see what you guys think. If you have any suggestions, we watch it, and then he goes back and fine tooth combs it again. You know what I mean? Like a couple of small.
Yeah, maybe like streamings on Zoom or something.
I don't mind doing reshoots. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if we have to do a reshoot. You know, I got a little bigger, so the continuity might not, match up there. But
Mm.
he might have to use his CGI buddy to shave off a little bit. I hear you can do great stuff with CGI.
Oh heck yeah, man! Yoshi's the man.
So Yoshi is awesome for sure.
Well,
I can't wait.
I just want to say, Eric, thank you again for coming on again. I mean, you do us an honor by being on here. I really appreciate it. And Chief, let's not. Okay, it took too long to get you on here, and we got to get you on here again. Maybe we can have the whole road trip crew all on the same time or something at some point.
I want to do another one when we watch the movie and we can talk about the stuff that we couldn't talk about today.
That sounds good to me.
Because there's tons of stuff. There's so many secret things and so many behind the scene things that we want to talk about. I mean, Eric, for the love of God, he took video every day. He has a plethora of the behind. Not that Billy doesn't. I'm sure Billy had, but Billy's camera guy wasn't where Eric was all the time. So Eric's got a lot of stuff that he filmed, and I can't wait for all that to come out, because he can't drop it now because it'll give away a lot of the movie. But when the movie drops, all that will come out, and oh man, people are gonna see so many cool things.
I have some of that too. I have some kind of rehearsals.
Jay does too. Yeah, Jay does too.
I gave all of my stuff to Billy already. I just gave it to him. I just dumped it. And I said, hey, I know that, you're going to need something for the, you're going to need a lot of stuff for the Blu-ray. So here you go. Bam.
Right.
And there's one that I just, oh my God, it's one of your rehearsals, Eric. It is so good.
Wait, where at?
It's, what is that? Is that I guess the carnival?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're in the carnival with a certain character.
Okay.
And I might have just tell you after.
Wait, hold on. Is this is like behind the scenes extra stuff?
Yeah, but it's a rehearsal. It's a rehearsal that you did, and it's so good. It's just so funny. Shit, I'll just send it to you.
Because I've watched some of the footage I did too, and I'm like, man, I don't remember that. And
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Stuff.
I'll just send it to you because I have it on my phone. It's
okay.
It's great.
It's crazy, because so much shit was going on. So
much
stuff was going on.
I honestly feel like there was a part of me that was watching Renee, right? I know we're trying to wrap up here, but Renee, shooting all the behind the scenes stuff. And I felt like that wasn't enough. We need like 3 of those guys with cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's so much funny stuff. There was so many times, I gotta be honest, there's so many times when I should have been preparing for the next thing. But you guys were cutting up or doing something fun, and I wanted to be a part of it and just listen. So I'd be trying to concentrate, and I couldn't because I'm watching that. I'm like, oh my God, it's hilarious. And then I look over and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do all this stuff from the next scene. I could have called myself.
Like when we were doing that scene at the hideout and at the rolling rink, and in between takes when the camera was getting ready, we were doing Star Wars trivia.
Yeah.
And at some point that took over. Like they were ready to shoot, but we wouldn't stop playing this because everyone thought they were the shit at Star Wars, and they wanted to be the first one to answer the stuff. Oh, look at me, I'm Billy Badass because I can answer quickly and stuff. And we were just shooting out just nonstop, and it just overwhelmed the crew to where the crew was even jumping in, and we're like, "Hey guys, we got to get to this movie." But yeah, those were one of the parts where someone could have been filming us talking about doing Star Wars trivia rather than a movie trying to be made.
There was so much gold. There was so much gold that it would happen. Uh-oh. I unplugged I hope that still works. Okay. I unplugged my headphones. But no, there's so much stuff like that could just be, hours and hours and hours of footage. It would have been just so awesome. But Oh, I know. But we will be getting a lot. I know we will be. So it's going to be good. But guys, thank you guys for hanging out and watching and taking part in the conversation. It was really fun. And again, thank you guys. And no problem. Anytime. Seriously, you guys have an open invitation. Anytime you guys want to jump on, you just let me know. We'll do it. It'll be fun. So, but guys, oh yeah, man, it's been too long. January. But oh yeah. Heck yeah. But thank you again, and guys, thank you, and we will see you on the next one. Bye. Love you too, man.